What up, what up? We just hit 46, but I was 44 and a half at the time that I started a dungeon. Got all the way to 46 with rested experience points and first dungeon of the day, and I think maybe even got the healer bonus if that was healer need. I didn't check that. It was a level 17 dungeon. It was the one where you have to click on like the orbs to kind of stop them from channeling, and then you fight the kind of big old like squid humanoid monster at the end of it. And I had a Dark Knight tank that only half and half used tank stance, kept turning it off, and then we tried to tell him. He didn't seem to read the chat at all. I tried typing it in the Japanese, the translate function didn't seem to make a difference. He would only fight one monster at a time, even if he had tank stance on. He would not use AoE, so I pulled a lot of hate, threat, whatever you want to call it in this game, and sort of the Lancer, and he may have been a Dragoon, but I think he was a Lancer at that time. Yeah, he was a Lancer. Sort of the Lancer, and I think that was a Summoner, even though it could have been an Arcanist, but I think it was a Summoner. Yeah, but we hit 45 and then some, 46. Raya Osena will have our level 45 White Mage quest following in his footsteps. Your command of white magic has advanced considerably, Mercy. Yes, the time draws near. Let us begin our preparations for the quieting. At its roots, the ritual is no different from the acts of pacifying that you have already performed. The difference lies only in the difficulty of the effort. The Great One possesses a power unfathomably more intense than the elementals you have communed with thus far. Power so immense that a mage might be easily overwhelmed by the sheer force of its will. To prevent such a catastrophic fate, our tradition decrees that a special garb must be donned before performing the ritual. Power so... Oh, I already did that part. I prepared for you these pieces, but I fear they will not avail you in their current state. So it is I would send you on a journey. I trust you know the story of A-Towa. Rare among the Pajal, he left the forest behind to travel the realm, hailing the land and its people. As tribute to his wanderlust, after he passed, his ashes were divided among several urns, which were in turn carried to the far reaches of the realm. And it was there, in the distant lands that the Great Mage so loved, that his ashes were buried, and monuments erected in his honor. You are to go on a pilgrimage to these sites, and receive the blessings of your forebear. Only then will the garb I've gifted you be imbued with his divine powers. Mind you, you'll find that these places are not as welcoming as they might have been in Master A-Towa's time. The first site is on the shores of western Lenosha, in a place now feared as the Serpent's Tongue, home to a band of vile pirates. The next is to be found in Mor Duna, in that overgrown labyrinth of roots and vines so affectionately known as the Tangle. I do hope that Master A-Towa's ashes have survived those most oppressive environs. The third site I would have you visit is perhaps the most treacherous location of the lot, Raban's Push in northern Thanalan, a stone's throw from an Imperial stronghold. I urge you to exercise extreme caution. Okay, so Lenosha there, Mor Duna there. I think Mor Duna is gonna be... Ooh, that's in Thanalan though. Hold on. So Raban's Push in Thanalan could lead straight to Mor Duna. Okay, so let's take our free teleport to Gridania. And then we're gonna take the airship over to Lenosha. To Limsa Lumensa, to be exact. Ba-da-ba-ba. Like saving Gil. I could save more Gil by running. I think you can run there. No, Limsa Lumensa is on an island. I don't know how you would get there. It's aside from teleporting or airshipping. I've also never tried, so there's that. I mean, maybe there are places you can go under the ocean or over it. Maybe there's like a land bridge I'm not familiar with. I could search. You know what? I kind of feel like looking. Okay, so Lenosha, no. Outer doesn't connect to anything that I can see. No, yeah. So, really, it's only by airship. I never really noticed that. Never really thought about it. But Serpent's Tongue is up. Let's go to Aleport. Let's take the boot. Take the butt. Fisherman's Guild, teleport, Aethernet, shard, down to the butt. The boat, the ferry. Raya Nasu, go to take me to Ilport, please. 40 gil. And then we will chocobo. Chocobo fly. Fly, 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 chocobo fly. Spread your wings like a chocobo. There's a quest I have to do. It's not Fear Node in the Shroud. That's not the quest I have to do to get... No. If it was, I would never have been able to advance on any of my tunes, so... Something's missing. Maybe I have to go forward through the storyline more? I don't know. Anyway, oops, went over it. Is it under here? Hold on. Can't get to it from this edge, this side edge. Let's go over here, around down in here. There we go. Okay. It's a bit treacherous. Gotta fight these 2 level higher than me sea wasps. At least one. We'll see if I can get by without doing the other one. And it's down. Cool. Epitaph to philosophy. The gravestone is inscribed with an epitaph paying tribute to the life and deeds of the great mage A-Towa. What am I supposed to do? Pray? Okay. Next up, we're gonna go to Thanolin, which would once again, fastest way. Well, I could also use one of those tickets to go to our secret hideout, the old secret hideout. Jeez, this did not cook. Well, it cooked, but... Still too hot by a bit. Nope, not them, so I already did that. O2 will die. And then from Ul'dah, I'll take a teleport. That's in there. Cerulean processing plant. Yeah. No, don't do that. There's one of those. Okay. So the first place that we went to that had like a little stone kind of epitaph is just a word used to describe when it's similar to a gravestone, but can be, gravestones are usually a particular shape. Not always, I suppose, but it's very similar. I think gravestones have epitaphs upon them. Anyway, epitaph to fluidity. Well, I guess it's not really gonna say anything different. But that one was, actually they're both next to a coastline. They're both on a coastline. The first one had some kind of battlements, some like kind of castle kind of structures. Anyway, this one is just kind of on a cliff. And then cliff leading straight into the waters. We will fly. Chocobo fly, not airship fly. Can fly no higher, like. Oh wow, yeah, that's pretty low. Interesting. And we are inside, like, the one of the Empire strongholds, and we are outside of it, back in that swamp area with all the Malbros. The Malbros. No, leave me alone. Morbles. Sorry, they're called Morbles. At least in this zone, they're called Morbles. Leave me alone. Go away. You don't want none of this, bro. Yeah, thank you. Turn around. Alright. I'll pray to this one. Epitaph of to Discovery. Sorry. Your garb is now blessed with the power of A-Towa can't. Return to Camp Tranquil. 239, that's fine. I can pay that. I don't mind that. I think I did it the right way too, to avoid the most unnecessary costs. Alright. Raya Osena. Your safe return heartens me, Mercy. I can feel newfound power emanating from the garb I gave you. I trust that this stage of your pilgrimage was a success. Now that you have traveled the realm and seen the land as Master A-Towa did, I would share with you the rest of his tale. The histories claim that A-Towa disappeared in the mountains of Ogomoro, the Kobold motherland. This is not untrue, but there's more to the story. When the Great Mage did not return from his journey, one of his most devoted students went in search of him. As the legends have it, the young mage single-handedly fought off veritable legions of kobolds while scouring the mountains for any sign of his master. Sadly, it was as all had feared. Though the young mage eventually found his master, the great A-Towa lived no more. As if the death of the man were not enough, Thyrus, A-Towa great staff, a mighty relic passed down by his ancestors, was lost to the shadows. Undeterred, the young mage fought off the kobold hordes to carry his master's remains back to the surface. A ceremony was held to honor Master A-Towa's life and deeds, and urns housing his ashes were carried off to the far-reaching frontiers of which he was so fond in his living years. All the urns, that is, except for one. Yes, though the precise location is known to only a few, Master A-Towa also rests closer to home. Here in the Twelveswood, not far from Proud Creek, you will find yet another monument to the Great Mage. Take with you this habit, and pay your respects as before. If you keep pure intentions in your heart and in your mind, then the healer's robe shall be your reward. I don't remember doing this at all. And I'm fairly certain that I have done the level... I think I've gone up to level 50 White Mage. Ooh, actually, I don't know. I know I've done 30 for all the jobs. How much I paid attention to the quest text is another story. But I done it. Let's utilize a couple warps just to get the cost down here. When in doubt, save some gout. I don't know. Clout? In the form of gil somehow? Well, it doesn't make sense. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Alright. We have exited Old Gridania to the North Shroud, where we will fly. Fly, 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 Chocobo fly. I think I did that tonight already. We're saying that tonight already. Alright. Maybe it's under, oh yeah, it's under here. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, there's some of those Doulahan monsters, just the walking armor. And they saw me. One of them saw me. Both of them saw me. Yay, good times. And they have super large conal attacks. I don't know who this is. says spam risk, and it's an 888 number. Probably something asking for money. Cool. Epitaph to infancy. Interesting. Oh, just examine it, not pray. Oops. The grave has been defiled and its contents appear to have been stolen. The power of A-Towa Kant has been lost here. Return to Camp Tranquil and seek counsel from Raya Asena. No, it's bad. I don't like it. Don't like bad. It's bad. Take the free teleport back to Gridania. And then sprint down this way. It's a little sad you can't use mounts in towns, I suppose. Well, or at the very least, give us some garb we can put on that makes us faster. I think there is actually. You run faster in home cities, kind of stuff. But I don't own it on any of my tunes. Raya Asena, hand over the new White Mage's robes. Cutscene fade to black. The urn holding Master A-Towa's ashes was stolen? This cannot be! Grave robbery is a damnable enough crime in itself, but what manner of scoundrel will dare defile the resting place of a Bajal? Rest assured that I will investigate this heinous crime immediately. In the meantime, your pilgrimage demands you travel to one last destination. This final leg of your journey will take you to the very place that Master A-Towa drew his last breath, Ogomoro, the homeland of the kobolds, in outer Lenosia. It is there, in plain sight of the kobold dig, that the student of whom I spoke did erect a monument to his fallen master. That was a quick cutscene. Oh my gosh, you got me running everywhere, son. What are you doing? Fly back to... free teleport back to Gridania. Airship back to Lenosia. Liminsa. I do not have that teleport. I do, however, have this one. That's going to be good enough. Teleport to Camp Bronze Lake, which is part of Upper Lenosia, which is that huge, like, split zone with the really big lake in the middle. So you got your west half, your east half, and big lake in the middle. And there are some pathways here. They kind of fork. There's a two-way fork here. Just go around here. Oh, I gotta kill these. Are there any more of these on the pathway that I can snag for my hunting log? We'll do one more pass, and then if I don't see any more, then so be it. I've spent far too much time on other occasions flying around and around and around. They don't spawn quickly, from what I recall. I've never been here. Oh, there's some here, though. There's different. They're probably different, but we're still gotta get them. Kobold roundsman. Roundsman. So the kobold in this game are hunched over. I was gonna say short, but these guys are as tall as I am. and they have like kind of a metal. They have a metal helmet. I believe that's all the armor they really have. Let me stop attacking for a second. They kind of and the red. So they have a metal helmet. It looks like, and then kind of burlap as the rest of their gear. Just burlap clothes, basically. But they look. They're humanoid. They got two legs, two arms. The arms are thin and kind of bony and hairy, and the legs are hairy and thin. They have a tail. No, leave me alone. Don't. Doing that crap on White Mage is so boring. Epitaph to expiry, however you want to pronounce that. Pray? Alright, I had to pray in the last one. Alright, sure. Sorry for the teeth squeaks. The garb is now blessed. It says, go back to Raya. Roa? Is that her name? Raya. Raya-san. Sorry. I think I'm doing a steadily declining job of describing landscapes, but I'm just not good at it. That was kind of a mountainous, darker toned. The kobolds are like a mining kind of thing, so a group very, very big into mining. That's why they worship Titan, or one of the reasons they worship Titan, I would assume. So yeah, darker tones. Lots of let's see, what are they called? Carts that would carry ore and whatnot up tracks in a mine. Piles of ore here and there, ore and other minerals, or like stones and whatnot. Not just ore, but stones and rock and whatnot. Back to Raya-san in the jungle, the forest. Welcome back, Mercy. The journey was not an easy one, I trust, and yet I knew that Master A-Towa would guide you safely back to me. In your travels, you received the blessings of our great ancestor, and yet this was not the sole reason I sent you on this pilgrimage. Perhaps you sensed something of my intentions during your trip? Yes, Mercy. As she who would inherit Master A-Towa's legacy, I wanted you to truly walk in his footsteps, to see the realm in both its beauty and its suffering, with your own eyes, as the great mage did so long ago. And yet it is strange, no? A pirate's lair, a rampant jungle, mountains of fire. Of all the hostile environs to which you journeyed, the single grave despoiled was that which rests right here in our forest home. I suspect this was the handiwork of no witless grave robber, but rather someone who knew all too well the value of that which was buried within. We must uncover the truth behind this crime, and return Master A-Towa's ashes to the rightful resting place, and quickly. You are with me, yes? Complete. And next quest. Okay, do I have gear now? Level 45. What do I have now? I have perception on this headpiece? How did I do that? Am I that dumb? Am I really that dumb that I have equipped a perception headpiece this whole time? Caught it on video. So perception is for crafting, specifically for gathering. It is not a statistic that you use in battle at all. So why I got one, I'm pretty sure I also bought that on the auction house. Or market board, whatever the heck they call it. So yes, that's an upgrade because I'm an idiot. Yeah. Back to wearing a short skirt. Just the way I like it, I suppose. Raya Osena has the next quest, Yurn for the Urn. 25 minutes in, we're going to keep going because these quests are both level 45 White Mage, so why not? Grave robbery is a loathsome enough crime in its own right, but to defile the final resting place of a Pajal, such an act could only be performed by the lowliest of bandit scum. Though I would like to think that the elementals have already delivered due justice to the villain, we must take no chances in allowing an escape. Whilst you were away, I put my best Moogle on the hunt, searching for any sign of the culprit or the stolen remains. I dare say he should have a clue or two for us by now. At least he better, if he values that little ball on his head. Suffice it to say, though many Forestborn think of the Moogles as blessed, my own personal experience has found them to be more touched than anything else. Kupcha Koopa? Oh, mistress, you shouldn't say such hurtful things. It's most unbecoming of a Seats here, Kupo. But fine, don't listen to me. Why, I told her just the other day that this is why she remains, shall we say, unspoken for. She might not react to that phrasing at present, but her ire was indeed fierce, Kupo. Of course, you have not come to discuss my mistress's temper, but the grave robbery. A most unforgivable act of villainy, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did, Kupo. I am pleased to say, and you will be pleased to hear, that the culprit did not escape Moogle eyes, Kupo. Well, my eyes, he did escape. My associate, Puknopoki, however, claims to have seen a band of ruffians skulking off in the direction of Red Belly Hive, with various and sundry stolen goods in tow, among them a rather conspicuously elaborate urn, Kupo. I do not know what the Red Bellies are up to, but surely it can be nothing good. Please, Mercy, go quickly. If the urn is lost, I fear Raya's ire will be the least of my worries, Kupo. You are... Oh, same zone up in here. Okay, cool. Let's make sure that we are saving this White Mage earshot. There we go. Did I go down? I don't think so. It kind of seemed like it might have. Alright. Puknopoki is in the middle of like a giant hollowed out stump that is at a bit of an angle, but I mean giant, like 15, 20 feet across. Those thieving crooks, those crooked thieves, defiling the resting place of a Pajal, why no amount of thrashings, lashings, and bashings would suffice. Kupopo? Why, if it isn't the lovely White Mage Koopa I spoke of, and not a moment too soon. Why, I was just about to swoop in and give them their comeuppance myself. Now that you're here, however, I believe I'll just sit back and enjoy the show, Kupo. Those vile red billies tossed the urn onto some ramshackle wagon, a most ignoble fate for a Pajali legend, I do declare, and carted it northwise toward their hive. You'll retrieve it safe and sound, won't you, Kupo? Indeed I will. This is mostly east, but we'll call it north, I suppose. Overloaded wain, a little wagon, cart kind of thing that looks like it is indeed tipped over a bit. Get attacked by 3 red-bellied tomb raiders. We got a sword and board, we got a ranger, and we got a hand-to-hand dude. One down, hence the moaning. Weird. I mean, if I were dying, I don't know what sounds I would make. So. They probably wouldn't be sexual. Like that. I swear, video games. Alright, we picked up the urn. I'm gonna fly back to Raya. Flying over. So like the South Shroud is kind of in the shape of like a three-pronged, I'm gonna call pronged, a three-pronged leaf. The leaf is kind of pointing, like the upper part, the middle part is pointing to the northwest almost exactly. So you got that upper part, you got the left part and the right part that are pointed almost parallel to each other, like almost on that like 180 degree line. So almost exactly perpendicular to that middle part. And there's a little couple offshoots too, but like they're small. They're not very worth mentioning. And then the middle is a kind of a big old kind of mountain hill kind of thing. Not tall enough, I would say, to be called a mountain, but tall enough definitely to be a big hill, tall hill. And you just fly over that in the middle once you get the ability to fly. Raya Osena. We are back with the A-Towa Count's Ashes Urn. A-Towa Count's Ashes Urn. Thank you, Mercy. The remains of our exalted forebear hauled away by brigands like a sack of loot. Is that what our land has come to? There can be no doubt. It is the Great One's fury that brings such chaos to the Twelveswood. The situation is grave indeed. I shall have our wood whalers deal with the red bellies. We have more important matters before us. And yet, I fear we have hit another snag. Though the urn has been safely recovered, the harsh treatment it suffered at the hands of the bandits has taken its toll. Uprooted from its proper resting place, the power of A-Towa Cant, once housed within, has grown dim. I shall return the urn to its rightful home. Perhaps over time it will return to its former state. And yet I fear time is a luxury we do not have. We must explore other means to enchant the ritual garb. I will consult with my brother to see what knowledge he might have to offer. In the meantime, I would ask that you master your newfound skills as best you can. There's no telling when the Great One's fury might grow too strong to contain. We must ever be prepared. Yurn for the urn is complete. I believe it gave me a new skill. Maybe that was gear? No, skill. Okay. We do the Yata, hand in the air. Holy. Oh, colored holy. Cool. Holy's an AoE. I think it's centered on me. It's a me AoE. Yeah, and it has a stun. Holy's fun because it will stun. Like if you're in packs of monsters, it will stun. So you're doing decent damage, and you're stunning. At least for the first couple times, it'll stun. Right. I'm actually going to use. Okay, this is where the video ends. Long enough already. 32 minutes and then some change. Thank you for sticking with me. See you next time. Arrivederci.